Hi and welcome to Module 3 of this course. In this module, we will look into the art and science of prompt engineering. We'll start by looking at the anatomy of a prompt, okay? A prompt is simply an input text that is given to a generative model to produce some output text. The input can be a question, a command, or even a partial piece of text that is completed by the model. The output can take many forms, such as a piece of text in a predefined format or a full-blown conversation between a human and an AI assistant. The quality of the output text depends heavily on the quality of the input or prompt. This is why prompt engineering is such an important skill. The goal of prompt engineering is to design a prompt that elicits the desired response from the model. Different models have different capabilities and may require different prompting strategies to work effectively. For example, some models may need more specific instructions or examples to generate the right output. We will cover for prompting strategies: zero-shot, one-shot, few-shot, and chain-of-thought prompting. Zero-shot learning means that the model generalizes the instruction to an unseen example. One-shot learning means that the model has an example to follow. Few-shot learning is when the model sees a few examples before it has to generalize to a new example. And finally, chain-of-thought prompting is a technique where we ask the model to explicitly reason step by step to solve a problem. For instance, suppose we want to use a language model to answer factual questions based on a given context. A simple zero-shot prompt would be context. Once upon a time, there was a king who lived in a castle. Question: where did the king live? In this case, we provide the context and a question and expect the model to answer the question based on the context. However, the model may not always understand the question or the context, which may result in incorrect or irrelevant answers. To improve the model's performance, we can use one-shot prompting. In this approach, we provide the model with an example of a question and a correct answer along with the context. For example, context: once upon a time, there was a king who lived in a castle. Question: where did the king live? Answer: the king lived in a castle. By providing this example, we teach the model how to extract the answer from the context, and we can expect better performance on unseen questions. We can further improve the model's performance by using few-shot or chain-of-thought prompting. We will discuss these prompting strategies and more in the upcoming lessons. In this lesson, we will also cover how to structure instructions, how to manage context, and how to evaluate model outputs. We will also introduce you to tools like OpenAI Playground and LangChain, which allow you to experiment with prompts and see how they affect model outputs. By the end of this module, you will be able to craft effective prompts for a variety of use cases, such as creative writing, text summarization, legal document generation, and more. Let's now start with the basics of prompt engineering. To learn more about the fundamentals of large language models, go to the course homepage and click on the Fundamentals of Large Language Models card. You can also click the Take This Course button to get started. And don't forget to hit the like button if you find this helpful. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.